Kyabram. 2-5-17. Jess, again, reminder, the last time the goal was kicked by Kyabram before we start.
17-minute mark of the first quarter, Chris.
Couple of scores. He's Geelong by 35 points there early in the second quarter, and Murray League in front at half-time by 19 against the Ballerine League.
Magnificent work there, mate, as Riddell pushed forward to start this second half. Almost taken there by Jamie Cup. Umpire calls play on about 43 metres out from goal. Ball heads out towards the boundary line. And a little bit of a shove, and the umpire says, I'll have it, thank you very much.
Yes, Riddell District Footy League 5-10-40 and the Kyabram District Netball Football League 2-5-17.
Rucks go at it again, ball brought to ground, and Kyabram will pump the ball out towards the commentary wing. Fishington slipped between his feet, picked up there by Power Mitchell. Works his way through traffic beautifully to Cruel. It could be a cruel game, this one, as the ball heads up towards half forward. Chop of the arms up, Pike calls play on. Ball about 50 metres out from Riddell's goal. Left half forward, we will see a ball up. 23 points to margin, 1 minute for the third term.
And what do you think the coaches would have been saying at half-time, Sam?
Look, I think the Kyabram District Footy League would have probably changed a little bit up. I see Robert Osborne's gone forward. He's at full forward, so they've obviously moved him out of defence. That's one move they've obviously made, and McKay's obviously stayed forward as well.
Well, Riddell have made no secrets about what their plans are. They've put Lee Fishington as a loose man between the arcs. The tallest man in Goulburn Valley in central Victoria, unopposed, as they'll look to pump the ball forward. Alex Shippard for Wood End Heskett. Football, the ball goes up. That's 50 metres out from goal. Shark there by Pell. He kicked a goal earlier. Well, we had a scoring shot earlier on, and Fishington, the man on cue, uncontested mark out there on the outer side. Out towards right half forward, Dawson. He's got some time to settle after fumbling. He's also got some support there and right. 65 metres out from goal. Off a standing step, up towards the right forward, pocket to Cuff. Good spoil came from behind from Kyabram. Ball hits the ground to Welsh. Left foot kick and finds Darby unopposed. Snaps around, up and under kick, and it was an ambitious pass.
Not good, because there was two guys free then, Yendi and Dougie. Probably should have chose a better option rather than kick around the body.
And Sam, we can see the Riddell District Footy League coaching panel here. What their thoughts about that?
Well, they're happy.
They're not happy about that.
Ball up towards centre wing. Good work there from Hepburn. Had a massive first quarter when Jess, I think they really started to come into the game in that opening stage. Hepburn was a big contributor.
Yeah, he definitely was. You saw him around the ground a lot, and he had his hands on the ball very frequently.
Yes, Hepburn, the helmet. Big performer here for Kyabram. Richardson lost his footing. Kyabram all with some great numbers, but a ball bashed towards Brad Mitchell. It takes on a couple and gets a good shepherd. The delivery wasn't as clever as he'd hoped, but Cuff, he has a chance here. He's got a 2-on-1 and the two prevail. Those aging legs couldn't quite do it with that one more contest now. As Kyabram on the overlap, the ball ricochets off. I think that might have been Hanley out there on the outer side. Now Riddell on the turnover. They'll push forward now. They'll deep inside the forward line. Cruel just over his head, and good opportunity there from McCarthy, the mighty McCarthy. And
he's moved back, Yendi, because he was playing forward, obviously, to start the game, and he's moved back. So I think he's changed with Osborne.
Well, he's the move is proving fruitful as we speak, because he's getting his hands on the pill. And now it's Kyabram. They'll push the ball up the middle of the ground, but it's chopped off there by Jake Powell, the reigning Grand Premiership captain. Good mark there by Horsburgh, defensive 44.
Made up for his turnover.
He's working hard. He's playing well at both ends. Ball up towards centre wing. McKay flew from 10 deep.
Good strong mark, Ash.
From Puddle, Zach. The Rookbo boy to Samet in front of the Riddell hierarchy. 23 points of margin, 3 minutes, third term. Ball up towards the 50-metre arc, just over the head of Cuff. Good mark taken there by Code. And they'll move the ball now, Kyabram. They've got to move it quickly.
Got a great chance here, yes.
It's a 2-on-1.
Gone. No, set him up, but they've recovered well.
Just that extra number here, especially on centre wing. Just freed them up now as Horsburgh. Left foot kick up towards centre half forward. Brad Mitchell takes a good mark for Riddell.
Plenty of numbers back there then. They had that covered beautifully. Needed to go wide then, I reckon.
Now Salzburg out on the outer side. He finds that's a Jared Pretty. Right foot kick inboard to right. Umpire calls play on. He finds Samet. He can run. Richardson. Tried to sidestep, an opponent got close to Horsburgh. To a vacant goal square. Yes! Oh, good teamwork there from Riddell. And given it was fitting that a Riddell player had kicked that goal. Beautiful. Oh, sorry, that was Richardson. But a Riddell player set that up.
Yes, Nathan Richardson from the Melton Centrals.
But good setup there from Samet that enabled that to go through. Good pressure there from Horsburgh. Couldn't quite get the hands on that one. And it's another goal.
Good ball use, guys. I don't think the Kyabram District touched that ball from the turnover from Horsburgh here on this wing. They then took the ball around the other side and were able to bring it back inboard and straight in front, and good kick. And that, to me, is what's proving the difference, is the better ball use of the Riddell League.
Yes, and the one you're talking about there, Brad Mitchell, does some good work there with the midfield and being able to be an extra defender, and that's what happened in swinging the ball over the other side and getting a goal out of it.
Riddell push forward again. Richardson up towards left forward pocket. Jamie Cuff. What a mark in the down at ground level. He's close, bordering on 7 foot, probably about 6'10", takes a mark, just metres away from the grass. Jess, when was the last goal that Riddell kicked in the second quarter? What time?
Riddell's last goal in the second quarter was the 13-minute mark.
So they're probably about 17 minutes between goals here, and they're about to get 2 in a minute. If Cuffy kicks truly, it's coming, it fades to the goal square and goes through for a rush behind.
This is their first point for a long time, because I reckon they were 1 goal 10, so they kicked 5 in a row. It'll be intriguing to see where this kick in goes.
Yeah, that's right. It has been a long time. But when was their last point there, Jess?
10-minute mark of the last quarter.
So it's certainly been a long time, almost 20-odd minutes. As it's 30 points the margin, 6-11 to 2-5. Yes. Fishenden, better than a kick, bashes it inside the forward line, and Jamie Cuff, he gives a handball in board to himself. He dishes a handball in board to a Riddell superstar as it goes through the high diddle. That's Matty Welsh. Good to see the 3 Sunbury boys work beautifully there.
Yes, Sammy, it's your point again, isn't it, about the kick out. And when you've got 2 big men anyway, whichever one it might be, they're able to either take a mark or punch the ball clear and let the Crummers do the work.
To me, Dougie, they've got to do what you said probably 5 or 6 points ago. Go short. That's 11 kick-ins, 11 fail.
So they've got to really pick... maybe be more directive. Go short, maybe, Sammy.
Yes. Well, that's what Dougie said 5 points ago, Jens. I reckon they've just got to go a shorter option just to keep possession.
Well, it's now 7-11, 53 Riddell to Kyabram, 2-5, 17, 36 points of margin. It is growing by the other minute as they'll push forward again now. Samet finds a teammate. I think that might be Shippard. He pumps the ball long, land about 30 metres out from goal. Cuff front and square is Riddell. Baker dishes it out towards right. Left foot shot a goal. This couldn't be another, is it? It isn't. It's 2-3 for James Wright this afternoon from Macedon. It's now 7-12, 54.
Quite apart from fitness and strategy, it's a test of character for the Kyabram players at the moment.
Yeah, they need to obviously work pretty hard to ensure they stay in this game. Not out of it, but they've just got to do things better.
Yes, a very important part
There's
of the
one.
third
There's
quarter.
one.
Sam. Yes.
It's Trevina across half-back. Now they'll move the ball. Kyabram here on centre wing. Ball out towards half forward. Good work there by McKay. Had a big first term and a lot of the ball here on centre wing, commentary side.
Into good position. Well done. One of their best players.
That's their first kick in that's actually worked. And it was probably kick to a direct opponent as opposed to the pack.
It was he kicked it into space to let the player lead onto the ball, Sammy, and well played, Mackay.
All those kicks were very good because they were to the advantage of the forward player.
There was Osborne and just taken there by Brent Bailey. Of course, Sammy, as Sammy mentioned earlier, it was the move from Osborne to be moved into the forward line. He got his hands on the ball the first foray forward.
And of course, this is Brent Bailey, isn't it, from the
Violet Town, his teammate.
The defending premiership.
Yep, premiership player.
Yep.
He's he'll take the kick about 48 metres out from goal, left foot.
That's
kick.
a goal, I reckon.
It is.
Yes.
Here they come, Kyabram. It's been a long time between drinks. It's now 3-5, 23 to Riddell at 7-12, 54. And it's now 31 points to the margin. A valuable goal. And
one of the players that Sam was talking about pre-game, Brent Bailey.
Yeah, look, obviously it was an important goal to get because they'll get a lot of confidence out of that because they've obviously moved the ball well. First time I reckon they've moved the ball without the Riddell and District touching the ball. They didn't touch it from the point then, actually, so they moved it from back line to forward line transition without Riddell touching it.
So Riddell District Football League 7-12-54, Kyabram District Football Netball League 3-5-23.
Just a reminder, when was the second goal kicked?
For Kyabram?
Yep.
17-minute mark of the first
So
quarter.
I think about 40 minutes between goals. Or 41 minutes between goals. To
Daniel Saarberg was very busy there.
He's working well, and he found Dawson, who has been elusive up forward, very dangerous, takes a mark in front of the eyes, 40 metres out from goal.
And Riddell player feeling the shoulder.
That's
his arm, his wrist, I reckon. I reckon he's broken his wrist, possibly.
That's Ty Cuff, who's coming off the ground. He's not in a good way.
He's in a lot of pain.
Yes.
That could very well be the shoulder that he popped out in the grand final as well. He has had problems with that shoulder there, Sammy.
Yeah, I reckon he's his wrist more so he's pointed to.
Ooh.
Shoulder.
And in the meantime, Dawson has kicked a point for the RDFNL.
Good get, Yendi, because they did say as he was coming off a shoulder.
Right. And Tyrone, of course, best and fairest winner, Bowen medalist.
Well, he was runner-up in last year's competition.
Runner-up in the last year's Bowen. That's right.
Good mark there, taken by the skipper. Arant here for Kyabram. He'll switch it across the outer side there, just over the head there of Pell. It needs just to generate something here, Kyabram, and we'll see a ball up just left of centre. It's 7-13-55 to Kyabram 3-5-23. Jess, what was Kyabram's biggest margin in the first quarter?
Their biggest margin in the first quarter was 9 points.
So they're by 9 points.
And that was the mark of their second goal.
Ah, excellent. When they progressed away. So that was a 43-point turnaround in the space of about 2 quarters. Big game of football, big turnaround here. The RDFL have got the dominance, but now Kyabram, they've got a sniff of it. They're pressing forward again, up towards McKay, and it's bashed through for a rush behind. But Sammy, they're coming, mate. You can just feel their momentum switch.
Yeah, look, as I said, and Troy all acknowledged, they did slow up in the second quarter, Riddell. Obviously, they were able to break even with them. Neither side really kicked a goal, and Riddell obviously held that 23-point margin. And look, they're 31 points, so they've obviously extended it, but I think KDL are playing a little bit better.
Ball up towards half-back, too high. Free kick to Riddell across half-back. That's to Johnny Ryan, who hasn't too much of the pill today, but he's done the job beautifully. Right foot kicker, worm burner up towards half-forward. I think it was Desmond who couldn't quite pick it up. Now, ball contested out on centre wing.
Well, how did he get through that?
It might have been Streif over the head of, I think it might have been Dawson now as Kyabram. They'll clean up across half-back. And another turnover. It's to Chris Burkett, the Lansfield footballer. I think he was Buffalo Sports senior winner last year. And he finds a teammate in board, probably about 75 metres out from goal. Right foot kick up towards half forward. Over the head of Baker. Welsh, import to Mitchell. This is bread and butter every day of the week. Go back to the centre, Brad Mitchell. That's a goal for Riddell. The margin now, 37 points.
Yendi, number 14, great work. Rove that and quick hand pass.
Yes, Nathan
set
Richardson.
the goal up.
Yes, Nathan Richardson, no doubt about that. We're both on the same ballpark.
That's where the goal come from.
That's right.
And the finish there from Mitchell, about 35 metres out. Kyabram, they've just got to generate some persistent attack. And as we saw, Sammy, when they had the kick out from before, they had good, clean disposal. They hit targets.
Yeah, they did. And that second kick then missed the target, and we went to a 50-50 with a ball up. And allowed Riddell to get away.
And that was certainly a big turning point in the game now, as a free kick holding the man. And Ledden thought he was going to run away with that one, but he was opposing 13 Foreman, who took the free kick. Now Mitchell on centre wing. He'll loop the ball in board to Fishin and hit him above the shin. As they still have a few numbers again. Brad Mitchell just working tirelessly. And a little bit of how you going here. And a free kick, I think that...
Free kick downfield.
It'll go to Nathan Richardson, the Melton Central's player for Riddell. He'll spot right in board. Left half forward. He'll loop it over towards Dawson. Over his head, Jamie Cuff couldn't quite take it down there at ground level. Kyabram under enormous pressure. Dawson shows the pill to his opponent and kicks it out of bounds on the full.
Yes, and I think Tommy Hepburn's feeling it a bit down there in the pocket.
Oh,
he's up.
A bit weary.
That wasn't Tommy Hepburn, I'm sorry. It was Jared Mason.
Who almost kicked the goal that wasn't to be. Now, we're talking about inaccurate kicking in today's game. We're looking over at Ballarat at the moment. It's 2-8-20 Bendigo to 2-1-13 Ballarat.
Jeez.
So it's all happening. Inaccuracy. It's an illness this afternoon as Kyabram pushed forward now, but it's chopped off there by Jake Powell, who sends it out towards John Ryan. Right foot kick.
John didn't want to use his left foot, Chris.
He should have gone on his left foot, although Foreman out there on the outer side. Handball over the top. Sock it off the ground.
Sensible football.
This is great football here as the Riddell will push forward again up towards centre half forward. Ball almost at ground level. Slipped out the back there. Handball over the top. Baker tried to find Striff out there on the outer side. Great pressure there from Kyabram. Worked the loose man beautifully. Across defensive 25. And they'll get going again through Muir.
Yeah, has to hold it up though because they've got to get players forward.
That's right, Sam. They've got to bring the players up, haven't they?
Yep.
Got to get them out of defence up to the midfield.
Salmon on
Well
hands.
done, Mackay. And that's a free kick. No. I'm sorry, fellas. I'll keep quiet.
Umpire probably deemed in possession, perhaps. There's our push forward again. Ty Cuff, who came off the ground with a sore shoulder before. He sends the ball back forward there, and it's chopped off there by Kyabram across half back. They'll get the ball moving now. They've got to use possession cleanly. They're hitting targets. Trevina. Well, that wasn't the target he was supposed to hit. He had to go and collect his own ball. But they've got the loose man in Horsburgh. He's almost run over there by a Riddell opponent now. But Kyabram, with that extra number, they gain possession and send the ball.
Well,
beautiful.
Yes, right into that space for the player to run on. But
Should have taken that, Aussie.
Yes,
he was
should
out
have.
in front.
yes,
Well, he had Gregory hot on his hammer. Ball out towards the boundary along the other side. Trevina. And that was cruel. They had a little bit to do with it out there on the outer side, and Kyabram will see it out of bounds. 16 minutes gone here in the third term. Riddell 8-13-61 lead. Kyabram 3-6-24, 37 points.
I think they're going to see a few players are feeling the pressure at the moment, fitness-wise. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, Riddell. They'll use the corridor beautifully. Good run here again up towards centre half forward to Dawson. A Hanging Rock Winery Highlands FM contender. He's about 45 metres out from goal. Slow the play down. And he finds Striff, who takes a mark or chop of the arms.
Chop of the arms, guys.
And this is to blow the margin out to 43 points. So Striff is within range, probably about 30 metres out on the faintest of angles, if that, down the corridor. Riddell kicking to your right. And Kyabram to the left.
Scotty Hamilton, Sam, was doing all he could to try and be a contested ball.
Yeah, it certainly worked pretty hard, and he's obviously come off for a breather.
They've certainly worked hard there, Kyabram. This is not over yet. They can win the next contest. Striff, question of accuracy, wasn't doubted, maybe even for a moment if that. He's kicked another one, and Riddell progress again. It's 9-13-67 to Kyabram, 3-6-24, 43 points to the margin here, 17 minutes gone, third term.
And by quarter scores, in the first quarter, Kyabram with 2-3 leading, Riddell 1-6, and then at half time, Riddell had an excellent second quarter, 5-10 at half time, and Kyabram 2-5, and we're now at
9-13 to 3 goals 6.
Well, since quarter time, the RDFL have kicked 8 goals 7 to 1 goal 3, so a significant turnaround in the context of this afternoon. As Welsh lips it over to Gaunt.
Yes, well done, Mackay. He's doing very well, Sam.
Yeah, he's played really well. He's trying hard, and he's been played in a number of positions today. He's obviously played forward. He's played in the wing.
Yes.
He's also spent a bit of time in the middle.
Good experience for him, Sam.
Yeah, it is, and he'll learn from it. There's no doubt about it. He'll gain a lot out of playing today.
They need 18 of him, Sammy.
Yeah, they probably could do with a few more of him.
As Kyabram chopped the ball off across right half back up towards centre wing, out of side. Good contest there from Hepburn. The helmet, he soccers off the ground just over the head of Jamie Cuff. Shippard, it's the young and the old out there on the outer side half back.
Good mark. Slow up the plate.
Kyabram on the half back line there, Sam. Jack Hadro read the ball well on the back line.
Yeah, did really well.
Good mark, yes, he read it well.
Ball now out here on centre wing. Umpire calls play on and Welsh just sharks it off the back. Up towards Derby at left half forward, and a couple of players here not looking too good.
Nathan Richardson is one of them, and coming off, and he's got his elbow a bit numb.
Perhaps.
Their ball use is outstanding. These forwards are having a field day. They're getting the ball lace out, and it's any wonder they've been able to make the most of their opportunities. I reckon since 1-9 they've kicked obviously 8 goals for, and that's probably been the difference, capitalising on their opportunities. And that's what Matt Power said at quarter time. And there's another one.
Yes, very.
Almost.
It's faded.
There is a little bit of a breeze out
Yeah,
there,
just
fellas.
pushed it
Yes.
wide, Dougie. Then
Yes.
it looked like it was going through, and then carried late wide.
So what advice have you got for the Kyabram coaching panel?
Oh, look, I don't know what they can do. They just need to, make sure that they're when they've got their opportunity with the ball in their hands, that they use it, Dougie. And when they haven't, that they work hard to get to an opponent, because it just appears to me that the Riddell League have obviously got some players that with good skills, and when they do get it in their hands, they're just seemingly using it much better.
Yes. Now that was better on the kick-off. He varied it a bit, although
Varied it a bit, but still turned it
still
over.
turned over.
It's Ty Cuff.
And that's 50.
Well,
So what happened, Sam?
In
I
the
just missed
protected area, number 10's gone into the protected area. He wasn't on the mark, and
Yes.
he's gone into the protected area,
Thank
so that's
you.
50.
I was
Mitch-
looking at something else. for a
Mitch
moment.
Sanderson, who encroached on the mark there, who's had a bit of a quiet one today, and Cuff, who come off with the ground supposedly with a shoulder injury. He's back in form, and he has kicked it into the caravan park, and that'll go to some young superstar in there.
That's 50 points of difference, and I reckon they're now playing, obviously, for a bit of respect, the Kyabram District Footy League. As we approach three-quarter time, I don't honestly believe that they can win it from here, Doug and Yendi.
A lot of character, as I said earlier, a lot of character required now. Look, listeners who may not be aware of it, particularly seeing we're up in the Goulburn Valley, Chris, that's an interesting relationship there with Tyrone Cuff, Tyrone Cuff, number 1, and number 26, Jamie Cuff. What's that relationship?
Father and son.
Yes.
And, they created history last year playing in a premiership. The Sunbury Kangaroos, the club's first ever premiership, went in front all day, and a kick on the siren by the retiring coach put them in for an historical moment.
So
in
there you are,
sport.
you fathers and sons out there. Have a taken a look at what the Cuffs are doing out here.
What's
Could
the
it
age
happen?
difference, Dougie?
Probably about 20 years.
Yes, it's a good 20 odd year. What you're thinking of the age of Tyrone Cuff.
Yeah,
Tyrone
he's
Cuff,
obviously-
you're 20, 21.
Yep.
And then you take a couple, I'd say probably about 23, 24 years.
Yep.
And the James Wright from the Macedon Star up towards Baker in the goal square. Great work there. I think that was by McCarthy there, Sammy.
Yeah, it was. It was a great mark.
The mighty McCarthy. And the helmet. Hepburn, right foot kick out towards the commentary side to McKay. He's worked hard all day. He's like galloping gasometer. He just keeps working hard. He doesn't stop. And he spots up there the skipper, Arant, at centre half back. Just an ill-directed kick.
50-50 kick again.
Good tackle there by Kyabram out there on the outer side and holding the ball. It's 74-24. 22 minutes gone in favour of Riddell at this stage of the third term. Good mark there by Sanderson, trying to make amends for that.
And
50
didn't he
minute
deliver
Good
that
kick.
well?
That's,
Wasn't that
that's
beautiful?
fantastic kick. That was probably one of the best kicks inside 50 for
Yes,
the day from the
exactly.
Kyabram District Footy League. Lace up.
Even across the board, Sammy, it doesn't get much better
One
than
of the
that.
one of the best of the day.
No, it was.
I
It
know
was
about
a very good kick. And look, it was good good work on that far wing where it went to a 50-50 contest, and number 5 obviously was able to lay a pretty good tackle, and they were able to then bring it back in the middle. And Osborne's just missed that one, I reckon.
He has,
Just drifting a
unfortunately.
bit.
3-7-25. Trail the Riddell District Football League 10-14-74, almost three-quarter time.
Sam, regarding your earlier question, even if if the father's 40 and the son's 20, that's a fine example of father and son
Oh, it's
combinations.
fantastic.
Playing interleague football here, and there's a big size difference between the two. One's nearly 7 foot, the other is barely pushing 5 foot as the ball heads out towards centre wing, and we will see.
Holding the ball.
Great work there by Kyabram,
Joshy Pell, I think that was. Good tackle.
leading goal scorer in the competition. Up towards left half forwards, in front of Osborne again, just couldn't quite hit the target. We'll see a boundary throw in. Quick around the grounds in the interleague. Ballarat 5-2-32 lead Bendigo 2-9-21. Ballarat have kicked 5-1 to 2 behinds in the second term. Unbelievable game of football down there at Eastern Oval. Big g'day to our listeners over there. As the Riddell kick the ball towards the boundary line, out of bounds on the full free kick to Kyabram, and Joshy Pell will win the ball again. It's 25 Kyabram to Riddell 74.
And of course, with apps these days, people can do a lot of things and find out what the live scores are, Sam and Chris.
They certainly can.
Yeah, they're better off getting out to the footy here because it's a perfect day at Chichira Park or Taddy Park, as we've learned here from the locals. As Riddell, they'll bring the ball out towards the wing here. And the too high free kick to Jared Pretty. Bit quiet today.
Yes.
Finds right here on centre wing. Not long to go in this one. It's been 5 goals to 1 in favour of Riddell. Matty Welsh here, 70 metres out from goal, along half forward. And a good spot up there. He found his man there in Baco's. Had a bit of a quiet one here, Dougie, but we know he's a very good goal kicker when he gets going.
Yeah, he's been moving around that forward line, and of course with the other big fellas have been slotting in there, it's been a help. Just on Jared Pretty, Sam and listeners, a very good footballer, plays with Sunbury Kangaroos, came out of the VAFA and did very well in the Victorian Amateur Football Association. I think a representative player for the VAFA, Sam.
Yeah, obviously a good player.
Yes.
And Baker's kick hangs out to left and stays left. Riddell now 10-15-75. Lead Kyabram 3-7-25. It was 40-17 at half time. It's now 75-25. Riddell have almost doubled their score here in this third term alone. And Krull takes a mark. He's got to get the ball moving quickly because he's got Samet on his own. He'll pull the trigger from 50. Gets close to his man.
He got too close, yes. A couple of paces too close. And he had a fellow over in the...
It's still in! Darby! He just keeps it in just metres away. Sorry about that, Dougie. Baker sockers off the ground. Oh, well, he somehow squeezed that through.
Point off his knee.
Off the knee.
Just a couple of updates from around the interleague games. The half-time score at Geelong is Geelong 60, Golden Valley 40, so they've reduced that margin from 37 to 20, and the Murray League are still 5 goals up in the third quarter.
Magnificent work there, mate. Ball out towards half forward and a free kick. Shepherd,
free kick to Kyabram District Footy League.
That's to Sanderson. He'll send the ball up towards around the centre half forward position. Good mark taken there by Pell. Down the corridor. Can he find his man? Oh, can't quite. Good pressure there from Gregory. Pell. He threw that.
Throw. Good tackle by Brent Bailey then, and well done by Osborne because he actually flew for the mark, brought it down to the pack, and basically good pressure by Bailey forced the error in terms of the Riddell player obviously handballing with the one hand.
Our shot here for Kyabram.
Understatement, he needs this.
Oh, he's a big left foot kick, and he loves a goal too.
That's a goal. I reckon that's a goal.
Yes.
It's a good kick.
Yeah, Sam, he's living up to what you were talking about pre-match with Brent Bailey, what he's possible of.
Yeah, he's a good player, Brent Bailey. He's a guy that can run through the midfield, but also when he does get forward, he loves a goal. And he's a very good kick too for a small guy. Gets some good purchase because I reckon that was from about 45 metres out.
So Volantown, who are the defending premiers, and up at the top, of course, Volantown representatives have done well in this game. Brent, you've talked about.
And Chris Mackay's done well.
And Chris Mackay was the other one I'm coming to, exactly.
And Robert Osborne hasn't done too bad. He's obviously done well in this quarter particularly.
Yes, he's kicked 1 goal this quarter, yes. And you've got, Patrick Horsburgh, whose name's been called a lot by Chris, hasn't it?
To me, he's probably been the best player for the Kyabram District Footy League. I think he's been outstanding.
Now, what about Benny Bellinger? Has he been cited today?
He's playing in the back pocket, so he's obviously under siege along with the other defenders, particularly in this second and third quarters.
It's 76-31, 27 minutes gone here in this third term. Kyabram, well, they've just turned over the ball there. But luckily, as Riddell were pushing forward, it's three-quarter time here at Chatura Park. You're listening to Sammy, Jess, Doug and Yendi. We'll be back here for an explosive final term. It's Riddell District Football Netball League 10-16-31 to Kyabram 4-7-31. 45 points of margin.
76.
Big last quarter coming up right after this. By our friends over at WMA-FM. Of course, they're broadcasting 94.9 right around the Mount Alexander Shire region. We get ready to start this last quarter. Kyabram to your right, Riddell to your left. Pat converges outside the back there, and a free kick to Horsburgh here for Kyabram. He'll look to just pump the ball along and get the locals up to the ideal start in this last term. And good mark taken there by Lockie Armstrong. Right half forward, doesn't muck around. He puts the ball up high towards the helmet there in Hepburn, and we'll see a boundary throw in 25 metres out from goal. Jess, what do Kyabram need to do to get back in this game? They're off to a good start here in this last term.
Well, I'm not sure they can really get back in it. I mean, they have a very big margin to cover to come back and win. I don't know if they can recover sort of 44-ish points to actually win, but I'm really not sure what they have to do. I mean, Riddell's just really got the run on them, I think.
Magnificently said there. Now ball at centre half forward here for Kyabram. It's shucked off there by Powell. He's on hands and knees, and that one, the ball's brought into him again. And Kyabram there, I think through Armstrong again. Off the step there was Osborne. And out of bounds on the full right forward pocket, or half back pocket there for Riddell. They'll win possession of the ball, Douglas.
Good to see Kyabram winning the contested ball there, but they've got to have someone outside the pack. The player who wins the contested ball can get the ball and dish the ball up to them. He was left with the ball and then he had to try and get it forward.
And out of bounds on the full free kick to Kyabram. Matty Samet thought he just had it in. But of course, with the advantage there of the umpires.
Umpire was pretty close to that.
Yes.
Spot on it. And now Gregory there with the spoil against his opposing number 21. Socket off the ground there by Selberg. Good contest out there towards the middle of the ground. Umpire calls play on. A bit of David and Goliath action in there. That's right there for Riddell. He wraps up there Breen. And now Riddell with the turnover. They'll get moving now. Yes. Beautifully.
Contested ball. Someone running past and the ball's down forward and look 2 against 1.
Good vision there from Wright. Fan Welsh, who will go back and kick a goal. It is that, my elementary dear Watson. It is beautiful football at its finest. Great switch there from Wright. Almost just looked out of the corner of his eye. Fan Welsh, who ran in and kicked a great goal from 45.
Yes, Matty Welch from the defending premiers in the Riddell District Footy League, Sunbury Kangaroos.
Boys, I think down here on the bench they're pretty relaxed. I think they know that it's in the bag, and I think they'll be enjoying this last quarter without the heat on.
Yes, and at the same time, Kyabram will want to, as you said earlier, respect, I call character. That's their opportunity in this last quarter to show that they can keep contesting.
Well, it's important, I think, Dougie, that they either win the last quarter or break even.
Yes.
Well, it's 11-16, 82 to Kyabram, a 4-7-31, 10 goals to 2 since quarter time. We've seen a big turnaround here from the RDFNL. They've really taken this game very strongly, but Kyabram, their spirit, as they're indicating in this passage of play, is not stopping and holding the man. The umpire deemed to not have possession of the ball, and a 50-metre penalty.
Bit unlucky there. I thought it was actually holding the ball, to be quite honest. I thought it was a pretty good tackle, but anyway, they're a lot closer than us, and we're all experts from here.
Exactly. Perhaps the umpire's view is that he'd already disposed of the ball, and he was still made contact was still being made.
And it's a 50-metre too, so obviously something was said possibly to the umpire, I'd say, for that 50.
And I wonder whether the player would have thought, well, wasn't that dropping the ball?
Mitch Sanderson goes bang, free kick, 50-metre penalty, goal! Beautiful.
So that's 1 goal each, and I think, as Dougie said, it's important from a respect/character point of view that they really fight out this last quarter and, as I said, either win it or break even.
Well, it's Kyabram now move a little bit closer. 5-7-37 to Riddell, 11-6-82. 45 points the margin. I think, Jess, we're about 4 minutes into this final term.
Yep, correct, Chris.
So, big last quarter here on Highlands FM. Of course, stick to 88.1 FM around the grounds. WM FM will be covering the next game between Piccolo and Maryborough Castlemaine. Of course, Highlands FM listeners back at home, make sure you stay around for the Hancock Winery Player of the Day Award for the best player of the Riddell District Football Netball League, according to your expert commentators this afternoon. Ball now at ground level. Riddell with some numbers there. A clearance out towards centre half forward. Picked up there by Dawson. He's good in a good contest and a good tussle there from his Kyabram opponent. Now Kyabram, they'll send the ball up towards the middle of the ground. And a good mark taken there by Sanderson, who's lifted in this second half since giving away a 50-metre penalty earlier on in the third term. Spots up Breen out there on the outer side, at right half forward or around the centre wing area. Gave his teammate there in Trevina a little bit of extra work to do, but that persistence has been overwhelmed now as Riddell. They've got some numbers around this contest now, and Desmond, who hasn't seen much of it today, the Kilmore youngster, but he spots out right there on the outer side.
Good use of the footy coming out of backline under pressure then. That was well done.
Well, it's just about hitting targets there, Sammy. No 50-50s.
Been a feature all day. Yendi, I think, from quarter time onwards, they've certainly used the ball much better, in my opinion.
Oh, well, the results have indicated that on the board today. As Brent Bailey, the only multiple goal kicker for Kyabram.
Good kick to advantage then, because you had to find him then, because there was all Riddell District Footy League players' numbers then.
Horsburgh dropped one he should have had him board towards the middle of the ground, but he's going at it again. Good work there, Horsburgh, for Kyabram. He sends the ball up towards the cricket pitch area. Good one-on-one contest. It'll now become a 2-on-1. Can with the one win? They do. Great work there from Sanderson. A kick out from Horsburgh up towards half forward. Ball brought to ground. Umpire calls play on. Ball now at centre half forward. Socket off the ground towards left half forward now. Picked up there, I think they're by Shippard.
Good kick to advantage again over the back, and they've got 2-on-1 here for Shepherds, and they're away.
Matt Samet, the Riddell player. He spots up Mitchell. He swings around that right foot. Easy as you like.
Very good play.
Just like a training drill in terms of just swinging around and hitting the spot and making a forward go there. And great to see the two red and black opposition players on the Riddell team work it well. And
Turnover came at centre half back, boys, and Riddell were able to sweep it clear and find the loose players down this side of the ground.
Jared Pretty about 35 metres out from goal, right side for a right footer. Goal! It is! Here they come, Riddell. They have kicked another one. They now progress now at 12-16-88 to Kyabram. 5-7-37, 51 points the margin. Just ticked on at 7 minutes. And of today's play.
I believe it was 51 points just at the beginning of this quarter.
Which is what it is now.
Yep.
So we're seeing a bit of goal for goal action now. 2-1 in favour of Riddell in this last term. Explosive action here on Highlands FM and 88.1 FM around the ground.
And Jamie Cuff, one of the best players on the ground, just having a rest.
And well deserved. Earns a spell. He's worked really hard. Samet, he's wrapped up, rolled around to the side. Umpire will take that again, just right of centre. Commentary side, you're listening to Sammy, Jess, Dougie and Yendi live from Chachura Park, Riddell District Football Netball League, and of course Kyabram here this afternoon. Horsburgh progresses forward again. Burkett swings around, right foot kick, curls it around the body. He puts it into the space of Ty Cuff, bounces unfavourably, but he's like a little terrier. He still keeps working hard, but numbers prevail and perhaps experience as well as Kyabram. They'll progress forward again. A 2-on-1 now, and John Ryan, the Diggers, rests Backman. He finds a teammate there on the outer side. Brings the ball in board to Samet, who's lifted in this second half. Been a key contributor. Nathan Richardson. That elbow injury hasn't been a problem so far in this since he's been back. And a free kick too high.
And Lee Fisherman, one of the other best players on the ground, having a rest. So the two big men are having a rest.
Oh, they're one of the oldest men on the ground. They keep working hard. Samet, good knock on here close to the boundary line. Cruel. He ducked the head he played on. He had the ball anyway. And perhaps the umpire might have affected his judgment there with the kick, and it's chopped off there by Kyabram across half back. A bit dangerous there at centre half forward. And a push. And a
Interference in the marking contest.
Beautiful work there, Sammy. Kick up towards the middle of the ground for Kyabram. Couldn't quite bring it down there with Sanderson, but he worked hard to get down there at ground level. Numbers prevail at the foot of the contest. They'll push forward Kyabram up towards centre half forward. Ryan! Bit of front on contact there from Kyabram. Ball, umpire calls play on Powell on the left foot. He loves these goals. Unfortunately, can't screw it around there for another.
Had a better option, I think, guys. Probably should have hand passed to a guy that was free then and probably shooting on his right side of the body, where Pell was on the wrong side for his left foot. He's a right footer.
Mitchell Sanderson from Legambi, he's been competitive at times?
Yeah, he has. He's played pretty well, I reckon, in the second half. Probably didn't see a lot of him in the first half,
That's
but
right.
In the second half we've certainly seen a lot of him. Here we go. They haven't touched the ball here.
All right, up towards centre half forward like a quarterback.
Number 4's going to get this if he keeps going. He's ran from the middle of the ground. He's now been picked up.
And Jared Pretty, he kicked the goal just moments ago. He's backing himself. The man on the mark, probably about 43.5 metres out. Dead set in front. The Sunbury Kangaroo. He's registered a goal on the board today, and it hangs out to the right. And it misses. But 12-17, 89 to 5-8-38. Dougie.
Yeah, any Little League scores, Chris? I was just wondering with the Goulburn Valley, is there anything that we might
How many points it was at half time, Dougie? So I don't know whether they've started the second half.
Right, thanks. I'm sure a lot of our listeners were wondering.
We'll get that up to date ASAP. And Kyabram will move the ball out towards centre wing. The 2-7s battle it out, and it's Selberg for Riddell. He pumps the ball forward up towards centre half forward. Here's a chance here for Riddell. Baker was in that contest. Dawson, right foot, check side, up and under, bounces in the forward pocket. Which way is it going to go? Foreman just keeps it in for Riddell. The good pressure here. Foreman, great work, great goal. Well, he's made the switch from Kyneton to Riddell, and now he's playing for Riddell in interleague action, and he's kicked a beauty.
And of course, as people appreciate who are savvy, the Kyneton club are in the Bendigo Football Netball League, and he's come across. Geelong District had got the break, hadn't they, early on? Geelong in Football League.
Yeah, they were 20 points up at half-time there.
20 points up at half-time.
And with Murray Valley at the moment, Murray Football League, they're 12-10-82 at three-quarter time, leading Ballerine 7-13-55 by 27 points over there.
Right. Murray Valley doing well.
And we'll have Bendigo and Ballarat scores just for you up momentarily. It's a good game over there.
In the game at the Curio, we've got Nepean 11-9 to Heathcote 7-8 at half-time.
Yeah, that'll interest many of our listeners close there at the Heathcote League. We follow that closely.
Riddell now up towards centre wing, just over the head of Foreman. Picked off there by Belinja. Rarely sighted this afternoon for Kyabram. Towards the commentary side, up towards the hot spot around half forward. And picked off there by Riddell.
Just anyone's interested in the AFL, Hawkins has kicked 5, and obviously most people know he's from this area, Finley, and the Cats lead by 56 points.
In the bye.
In the bye, I said that to you.
Yes, you did.
And the Eagles are winning very easily too against GWS.
And there's been some good AFL footballers come out of Finley.
Certainly has been with Shane Crawford, of course, and obviously the Tomahawk. The Eagles lead by 63 points at half-time.
And Shane going for another bike ride?
Yeah, he's going from Melbourne to Western Australia.
Yeah.
They'll be up.
Fantastic.
They'll be going through Gisborne next week, from what they tell us now. As Riddell had kicked it behind there, it's 13-18, 96 to 5-8, 38. The ball now on centre wing, turned over here. And Welsh, he just sidesteps his bigger Kyabram opponent and spots up Cuff in the middle of the ground to Brad Mitchell. What a game he's had!
Yeah, seen the best players.
He has. Ball now at ground level. Riddell can't quite pick it up. Good pressure there from Kyabram, although numbers could almost prevail. Mitchell again at left half forward. He takes on.
Weaving away.
Oh, he's
handball now.
He's moving beautifully.
Yes, it's the last quarter.
Yeah, he's still working hard. Pow! Over up towards Foreman. Can't quite bring it to ground. Kyabram at ground level and pretty in that one at right half forward. And we'll see a ball up at the 13-minute mark here of the final term. It's Riddell 13-18, 96 to Kyabram 5-8, 38. 58 points, as Jess said. 51 points the margin earlier on as Wright snaps and he kicks a beautiful goal.
That is third?
That is, Dougie. That is. And he's the equal leading goal kicker on the ground alongside Dawson. And Riddell, it is party time here at Chachura Park.
And at what stage are we, Jess?
Just gone 14 minutes, Doug.
Right.
The Riddell League guys and Jess are obviously going to make it a clean sweep today. Obviously won the under-17 netball, obviously won the A-grade netball and won the under-18 football, and they're obviously going to go on and win this game. They're 64 points in front. I know that Ollie Matthews obviously and his executive and all the people that work really hard there will be very pleased, and it'll be a nice drive home.
Indeed. Well said.
Or many of them hopefully staying the night and enjoying the great atmosphere up at Chachura and around the Shepparton region. I know we are. We're excited. We're loving it.
Plenty of good restaurants to frequent.
Yes.
I think we'll have to come back up here again as Kyabram now in possession of the ball. That's Powell up towards half forward. Good one-on-one contest. Oh! I think that was McKay who flew from several deep, and Riddell now with the numbers. They turn the ball over at half back. The kick ricocheted back towards Gregory. Handball over the top from Riddell. He knocked it over the head towards Street. Very clever, just metres inside from the boundary line. Kick along the boundary line. Still in play out there on the outer side. A 2-on-1 in favour of Kyabram, but it's Riddell that wins. They've used their numbers beautifully, although
they've done a lot of things well, Yendi and Doug, today. Obviously, their pressure on the guy that's got the ball from the opposition's been fantastic. Their ability to tackle, their ability to force turnovers, their ball use has been better. They've even, played some pretty smart football, as you said earlier, Doug, with the kick off the ground and a tap there, as you said, Yendi. They've just done a lot of things much better over the course of the second, third and fourth quarters.
Yes, and let's hope there's a lot of experience coming out of this for the Kyabram District Football League players, and they can take that back to their clubs as well. I wonder how many spectators are around at all the interleague games with their video cameras and submitting to the footy show. Sam, what do you think? Any highlights?
There's a few, I'll tell you. There's a few radio stations, there's a few journos, there's a few cameras going around, there's a few video cameras, there's a lot of media contingent here today from all over Victoria.
The ball's over the back. You've got a bit of time to chat, Sam. Anything that you want to convey some more views about the game?
Look, I just think that after quarter time, once Matty Power and the boys from the Riddell District Footy League had the opportunity to sit back and have a look at what they did well in that first quarter and what they could improve, I think that they did improve on it. As I said to Matty, I believe they have got a contribution from, I honestly think, 24, and that's why you win these games of football, because to win them you need an even contribution from everyone. You can't just rely on too few. Look, the Kyabram District League, the boys have tried really hard, but I think that they've just been outplayed, outmuscled, outclassed by a better side, in my opinion. And look, and it's probably reflective on the scoreboard. I mean, they started well, and even though they were behind at quarter time, you could still see that they were doing a lot of things well, that if that translated into goals, you would see what you're seeing now, the scoreboard. 64 points the difference.
And what we're seeing at the moment, the ball has been, we've got a replacement ball.
A yellow ball.
Chris, over to you, a yellow ball.
Yeah, yellow ball. The red ball has been lost.
Maybe they're getting ready for the next game, boys, because I think they might be using the yellow ball in the next one, and the lights will probably go on pretty soon.
Ty Cuff up on the boundary line. What a kick through for a point.
And of course, what Sam's talking about, listeners, the game after this is the Pecola District Football Netball League. They'll be playing the Maryborough Castlemaine District Football League, and of course, the Pecola District Footy League covers areas like Shep East,
Catamatite,
Katandra,
Dookie, Tungamar.
Now, did Steele Sidebottom from Congupna, did he go to Katandra?
Steele Sidebottom went from Congupna to Shepherd and Swans in the Golden Valley Football League.
And then to the Murray Bushrangers. Yep.
Yeah, then he went to the Murray Bushrangers. So he went from Congupna.
Costa Shep Swans?
No, you're right, actually. I'm thinking of his brother, Tyson Sidebottom, has actually gone from Congupna
Hal
to
has
the
a
Shep
shot
Swans.
at goal. Sorry, guys. He just hangs it out to the right there. Good end-to-end movement there from Kyabram.
Dougie, just to clarify that, he played his junior football Congupna, then to the Murray Bushrangers, and then to the Magpies.
And of course, best on the ground, that under-18 grand final.
With 10 goals.
Under-18 in attack. And of course, you've had David Teague comes from Katandra, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and he's obviously coached at VFL level with Carlton, and he's obviously an assistant coach at the West Coast Eagles under John Worsfold.
Yeah, that's right. And so here we are back at Tatura Park, and we've got our game.
Yes, 5-9-39 Kyabram to Riddell 14-19, 103, 64 points the margin. 18 minutes gone. The Riddell boys just slowing the ball down, going through the motions here. It's 4 goals to 1 for this term. The umpire calls play on, blew the whistle prematurely.
Yeah, Brad Mitchell was one of the first ones to do. And of course, Gary Lyons, Sam, with Kyabram.
Yes, we've had some famous sportsmen come out of Kyabram, obviously with Gary Lyon. I think we've had an Australian off-spinner out of there in Jimmy Higgs.
Yes, the leg spinner.
Yeah, leg spinner coming out of Kyabram. So there's been some good sportsmen come out of Kyabram, with Gary Lyon, obviously, and Higgsy, and there's a couple of others too. I'm pretty sure they just slipped my mind at the moment, but I reckon they've produced some good sportsmen over the journey.
Thanks, Sam.
Kyabram have the ball across half back now after a good mark taken by Foreman for Riddell. And now they'll look to switch the ball across the outer side. Kyabram with their good use of numbers. A left foot chip over the top to Sally, who started the game with great promise. As that's Kyabram did start very well.
Another guy that's come from the Kyabram product factory is Brett Delidio, of course.
Oh, wonderful footballer.
Certainly is, from the Tigers.
Right from the start.
Hopefully he plays well tonight and they beat the Bombers.
Yes, the big Dreamtime game.
Not happening there, Sammy.
Or they called something else, that team. I don't know what they're called at the moment. Who knows?
The greatest team of all there, Sammy.
Although a lot of tweets and Facebook jokes going around that they're called Asada or Essendon Asada. or something of that nature.
Essa Legends, they tell us.
Maybe in your mind, Yendi. Although I must say they're joint with my team with the most premierships, and
Carlton.
yes.
Oh well, we'll have that time to dance with you guys just in a few weeks.
Yes, we will.
As Wright has a
Oh,
shot
good
for
left
goal
foot.
number 4.
Yes, he's in the best players, is he not, fellas? And Jesse?
I'd hate to be picking the best boys and Jess because they've had a lot of good contributors, and if you've got to break it down to 6, which, as we know, most times, most leagues always list their best 6 when you go and have a look at your local papers. This is not going to be easy to break it down to 6 because they've had probably, as I said before, 24 contributors. I reckon they've all had a contribution, whether it be small or large.
Sam, just on some of the AFL, VFL identities, we shouldn't forget Tommy Hafey, of course, because in 58-59 I was with the Melbourne Football Club at the time. I was working with CORBP up here, and I was looking after the pre-season training for Shep while I was playing cricket until Tom arrived to work at the Shep News.
And he coached, obviously, Shepparton to 2 premierships, I'm pretty sure, Dougie, and he's a bit of a legend here.
That's right.
Riddell moving again through Burkett, pulls the trigger from 50.
That's a
Goal! That's another. And Riddell progress again. The 16-19, 115 to 5-9-39.
Bit of a danger to getting out to 100 points. There's still probably 3 or 4 minutes. If they kick another 3 goals, it'll get out to 100.
Well, it's 21 minutes gone here in this term. Jess, how many goals have Riddell kicked in a row in this term?
In a row in this term? 5.
5 goals in a row.
And just for some of the listeners and viewers that are here, the people at the ground, the fellow who just kicked that, Chrissy Burkett, a very good player. We were just talking, Sam was talking about fellows who played cricket and Australian football. Well, Chris Burkett is one of those. He's got a very promising career in cricket as well as football.
Well, he coaches over at the Romsey Senior McIntyre team, and he is a valuable contributor for the Lancefield Tigers. Just about 8 k's up the road now is Gaunt at left half forward, turns his opponent inside out and finds Richardson 65 metres out from goal. Riddell 76 points to the good after trailing by 9 points early in the first term. Matt Samet.
As Paul Daffy would say, loose men everywhere.
Oh, they have. And Burkett will kick another. Well, he won't, but maybe next week. Yeah. There's another day for him. But as you say there, Dougie, they were just queuing up there. It's 16-20. 116 to 5-9-39, 23 minutes on here.
Dougie and Yendi, just score update. The Golden Valley League have kicked the entire score for the third quarter, 2-2 to only trail by 6 points 10 minutes into the third quarter down at Skilled Stadium. So it's 60 to 54. So they're obviously coming pretty hard, having been 37 points down in that first quarter.
It's well done, and listeners, just keep tuned in across what's happening with Goulburn Valley and Geelong.
No doubt that's the reason they're number 1, Dougie. They don't obviously give up without a fight.
Kyabram here with a chance to kick another goal. Knocked underground there by Osborne, and Jamie Cuff just having a late spell, finds his Sunbury Kangaroo teammate there in Welsh. Back to Cuff, just metres away from the boundary line and half back. John Ryan sends the ball up to centre wing. Plenty of players over this one. It was Kyabram who had 3 at the front, and Riddell had plenty at the back. That's where the ball will go through Richardson. He arches the back and has a good run and sends the ball up. I think Dawson had to come from behind.
Chop across the hands.
Drop the arms,
yes, chop the arms.
Otherwise, it was a clear mark.
Just around the grounds, also in the Interleague. Ballarat 7-5-47 lead. Bendigo 4-9-33. Ball now here at centre wing through Kyabram. They'll send the ball in the middle of the ground. They've got the old red pill back, and it's working beautifully.
So it looks like Ballarat are in a good posse to stay at number 5, or we've got a way to lose.
They would go up, I think.
Go up, Peninsula and Ovens Murray. We haven't got a score from Peninsula or Ovens Murray at all. Sorry, folks.
No, we haven't. I did see on Twitter, Dougie, a score. I'm not sure. I'll go back and have a look.
Yeah, the reason I asked listeners is Peninsula's number 3 and Ovens and Murray number 4.
See if I can find it. I did see something on there before.
Around the courts in the netball at full time over in the senior netball, Maryborough Castlemaine 73 defeating Piccola 25 by 48 goals in that really good rip-roaring contest. And it's 77 points the margin here, 25 minutes gone here, not long to go. There's 6 goals to 1 here in this final term.
And no doubt the supporters of the game to follow our game, they'll be here coming into the grounds. Pecola and Maryborough Castlemaine, and the Maryborough Castlemaine, they've been around for a while because of other games that have been going on. Pecola, they're here. Their game starts, 3:30?
Yep, but we're well beyond that. We're approaching...
Their game was due to start at 3:45, actually, guys. So we're not running that far behind. I mean, obviously, by the time they finish this game and do the presentation, they might end up still being the 20-25 minutes behind, as Yendi said before.
Well, they're due to start now.
They're starting 10-4, and that's it. This game's finished at 10-4, fellas.
Yes, magnificent work there. And Sammy, maybe grab a chat with one of the boys down there on the boundary line, one of the RDFL boys.
And the final score, Chris?
16-20, 116 to 5-9-39. Sammy, you got the microphone. Just your way. We've got Matty Krul there with... Matty Krul there from Rockbank, from Riddell. We're down there with Sammy. Go for it, mate.
Congratulations. Obviously a great win for the team.
Well, very good. First time back in the comp. So hopefully go up the rankings in the next couple of years.
I'm sure you will go up the rankings. Obviously, must have been pleased with the way things went after quarter time, because it was a pretty tight first quarter.
Oh, just a lot of inaccuracy in front of goal, set shot. So after that, we settled down.
Did you feel that that was what was letting you down, because you had plenty of the ball, you had a lot more inside 50s, and obviously you're able to capitalise as the day went on?
Oh, much better as the day went on.
And obviously pleasing for you. Have you played interleague footy before?
Oh, a couple of times, haven't for the last 3 years, but it's good to be back.
And it's obviously pleasing to play interleague football.